Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Asfia and I'm 18 years old. And I'm so privileged to be sharing this view of mine about women empowerment with you. In life, you have many opportunities where you think about yourself, like why I'm here, why I'm standing here, what's the sole purpose of standing here. You know, what I find is the clear I see the barriers for women empowerment, the more I feel that we need to destigmatize and destigmatize the role of men as caregivers and breadwinners of the family. You know, in order to liberate a woman, first you need to learn to liberate men. Men are not only the financial barriers, financial providers of a family. Even women can be a financial provider. You have to liberate men with external validations, patriarchal thoughts and stereotypes of Indian patriarchy. Even in UN Assembly, they spoke about women empowerment. You know what I meant? We need to liberate men before liberating women is there is an IT tech from Mumbai. He was very curious why his maid was not attending a course of her daily work every 5 days, every month. So he took the courage to ask her why she is not attending the course. Then the woman replied that she doesn't have financial stability to afford a sanitary pad. 5 days we suffer from monthly periods. We don't afford a sanitary pad. Can you just imagine? It's a natural process for a woman. We can't afford a sanitary pad. Then the men took the initiative. That IT tech, I really salute that person. That IT tech took the initiative to provide sanitary pads for the slum women in her area. This is now what I call we need to liberate men before liberating a woman. It's a cardinal and community development. You can't develop only women. Speak about women empowerment without speaking about men empowerment too. You know, this was emphasized in UN Assembly as, he for she. You know, what is meant by he for she? What they exactly meant was this person from IT doing the things for women. We don't need women taglines to be like women empowerment, first woman, first person to reach, first person, first chief justice. We don't require this. What we require in this generation is for stand, he for she. You know what is the main problem? Crux of the problem is lack of opportunities. In a beautiful way, I will define you why women lack opportunities. You know, there is a parable, mystic parable by Mullah Nasiruddin. So he was searching for his keys. He lost his keys. He was searching for his keys in the street. So a passerby stopped and asked Nasiruddin, "Sir, what have you searching for?" Nasiruddin said, "I'm searching for my keys." Then the passerby helped Nasiruddin searching his keys. 1.5 hours passed away, they couldn't find the key. But then the passerby asked, "Sir, sir, where exactly have you lost the keys?" Nasiruddin replied, "I lost the keys at my house." Passerby asked, "Where's your house?" The passerby said, Nasiruddin said, "My house is down the stairs." Then the passerby say, "Are you insane person? You are searching for keys where your house is not present. You are searching at one corner of the street, but your house is present at other corner." You know what Nasiruddin beautifully replied? "There is no light near my house, but there is light over here." The same thing is women empowerment. We are asked to select opportunities where there is no light. What we want empowerment where there is light, where there is opportunities. You know, we don't have to strive for long dreams. We don't have to strive for big ambitions in life. What you have to thrive, what exactly you need to thrive is what you have. Whatever you have, you thrive in it. Just you need the baddest confidence, I guess. You know what you have to say everything when everyone, try to destigmatize you, you have to say them this, "I can do this and I will do this." Do you want your daughters to fight for what you are fighting today? Every generation of women has fight for anything, for any right, from right to vote to right to even right to have privacy in life. Can you just imagine privacy? What kind of a society? 75 years of independence, we are speaking about right to equality for women, right to equality. This shouldn't even be a conversation. This is diversity. Our daughters diversity shouldn't even be a conversation between our daughters. Do you want this kind of society for your children, for your daughters to have? Just imagine. If you observe from my beginning, I did not mention a single woman person's name. You know what's the reason behind? They are left for on the papers itself. I think, really think that there is a replacement with your names. You have to replace it with your names. Just imagine, hundreds of you are here. Hundreds can become thousands. Thousands can become lakhs. Lakhs can become millions. Millions to billion. Just imagine 100 people look like this. Billion people, how many people will be if we strive for empowerment? Don't say it as women empowerment. Say it as empowerment, because women empowerment is not a national topic. It's a societal topic. Social responsibility of every person in this world. Women empowerment should be spoke along the world, not in the particular society or anything. India is patriarchic, so the world is. Not only India, world is also patriarchic. Just imagine all the powers of positions have been occupied by men. Now men need to understand that they also need to provide opportunities for women to occupy the powerful positions. Just imagine, there are a lot of men over here. They are providing education for us. This is called he for she, standing, providing opportunities. All India Radio, sir is there, All India Radio, ma'am, programming officer. Programming officer is a woman. Can you just see the what beautiful it look like? What is the beauty of it? Programming officer is a woman. Just imagine. These are the men who stand for women. We need a society like that. I would like to conclude it with one of my writings. Actually, even I write. So this is dated to 24th February 2019, where I was so dull, and so uninspired. I was so demotivated. Then I thought to put my thoughts on a paper, where I wrote, like, I decided to liberate myself from the external validations, pressures, and also the inequalities. But the forthcoming day had a different plan. Suddenly, oceans rised, tides reached the core, water touched the sky. All in silence, I was standing on the shore and observing. And just observing, even now, I'm still standing on the shore and observing those tides rising and touching the sky. Can you just see? Just see for yourself. You're still on the shore. This is the time where I was preparing for my JEE mains. This was the thoughts I was having when I was preparing for my JEE mains. It was a lot of tough, because I was crushed by some millions of people. My percentile was crushed by millions of people. Then I thought that I have to row a boat. I will make a boat for myself, and I'm going to row, and I'm going to reach the destination what I like, not what the society provides me. It's your social responsibility to be voice for the voiceless. I really applaud just applaud for yourself. I would really like to applaud all the badass women sitting over here and striving for their dreams. Everyone has different dreams. Don't feel you don't have any dream. You have different dreams, but just you don't have a proper eye to see it. Thank you so much for being with us.